Hello, hello, hello. CC TitleTown, we're back. Episode 7, April 10th. I'm your host, Chris, here with my co-host, Cameron. Cameron, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful, man. The weather's finally turning nice outside. We got a nice round of golf in the other day.
Yes, we did. Shout out Jude Creek.
Yes, sir.
Course is looking nice.
That was great. And yeah. We've got some good topics today.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's been a little over a week since we last recorded.
Almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. No, yeah. It has. Life's a little hectic sometimes. We get busy. But it always makes up for it when we do this because we always have so much good stuff to talk about.
And as everybody knows in the sports world, I know everybody's been paying attention.
Right.
There's some juicy stuff out there right now.
Oh my God. So. I cannot wait to start talking about that.
All right.
I am very looking forward to it. Before we get started, I wanted to give a shout out to my buddy Dan Thompson. Anybody looking for a new home? He just got his real estate license. Very professional, great guy. If you need his contact information, just ask me or look him up on Facebook. But yeah, anybody looking for a new home. Anyway, we're gonna. First thing I think we should talk about was the national championship.
Yeah.
College. That was just a few days ago. It was Monday night.
Mm-hmm. Kind of sum up our last two episodes that we've had.
Right.
Yeah.
It seems like an afterthought with what's going on today, though.
It really does. I mean, the whole Magic news just kind of took over the entire sports world.
Yeah.
So,
and that's going to be the talk of the next 2 weeks at least.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So.
But no, what did you? I mean, we briefly talked about some things before, but what were some takeaways from the game in general?
Virginia, first, congratulations to Virginia for not only winning the championship, but, kind of redeeming themselves after that early first-round exit.
Don't say it so nice. It was embarrassing. It's the worst loss ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
You're right.
You're too nice.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, first 16 seed to beat a 1.
Yes.
But yeah, for them to come back and, win. That was pretty cool to see, and I think it was good for college basketball to see a team that's not full of one and dones.
Right.
Win the championship.
No, totally agree.
So I thought that was interesting. One and dones obviously are the hot new thing in college basketball, but it was good to see an older team win it.
No, I completely agree. I think the score, it finished to be an 8-point game, but it was obviously way closer than that.
A lot closer, yeah. Overtime game. So
yeah, exactly. But I think we'll get a little more into this in just a few minutes, but there wasn't a lot of star power in this game.
No.
It was a bunch of, I don't know how you want to, younger athletes. Like you said, we talked about it. We saw 2 maybe first-round guys in there.
Yeah.
In that whole game.
Yeah.
In DeAndre Hunter and Culver from Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, we're used to seeing on TV, the megastars, the Zion,
And that was those guys, those megastars have been the talk of the entire college basketball season.
Exactly.
And that's literally just about all you would hear about. And
right.
They got so much hype and well-deserved.
Absolutely.
Well-deserved hype, I think. I don't know for me, going into the game, I was kind of disappointed that we weren't getting all that star power.
Right. And that's what we talked about.
I don't know how you felt, but
that's what we kind of said. We were like, it felt as good as that game was, it wasn't as fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say going into it, I was, like I said, disappointed.
Right.
And I wasn't expecting much.
Right, exactly. Almost kind of let down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the championship game, but, the mega stars aren't in it.
Right.
None of the blue blood programs were in it.
Exactly.
No disrespect to either program. They've had great years, obviously.
Yeah.
But everyone wanted to see Duke. A lot of people wanted to see North Carolina play in their style.
And that's March Madness. I mean,
yeah, that's the way it happens.
Right.
Yeah. The best team doesn't always get to the championship.
Right.
But the most deserving team gets there because they have to win the games that are presented in front of them.
Right, exactly.
And Virginia was able to do that.
What's that saying? You play the cards that you're dealt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and, Virginia, as many as close games. I mean, the last 3 games that they had were down to the wire every single game, but they managed to find a way to win every single game.
And a lot of people will say that they got lucky, but I don't want to say that they got lucky. They executed at key points when they needed to, and other teams didn't execute as well as they did. The foul against Auburn, a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's not a foul. Are you kidding me? He jumped right into him."
Right, exactly.
That's clearly a foul.
Right.
And then in the championship game,
right,
that they left DeAndre Hunter wide open in the corner when you're up by 3.
Right.
With that little time left remaining on the clock.
And
you can't.
Like I said, they came and they executed when they needed to. This perfect example: the 3 that he hit in the corner, Hunter, and then the 3 free throws that Guy had in the game before. But I'm not going to sit here and act. I mean, the biggest thing for me is like, to your point, the foul against Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a foul? Yes. Is that a call that's made consistently over the season? I don't think so. Maybe not. Maybe it's the circumstances. Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
But I agree it was a foul. And more importantly, I wanted to talk about this. The replay that they're doing in these games, the stopping time and everything. Mm-hmm. The one play, I don't know, there was like less than 20 seconds left. Texas Tech just got a steal. They're going down court, and DeAndre Hunter hits the ball out of the guard's hand, Moretti.
Yeah.
And it looked obvious like it went off Hunter, but it went off Moretti.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Guy fouled Moretti right before the ball got poked out. Literally smacked his arm.
Nobody said
no foul
anything
called.
About that. Yeah.
Sure.
True.
Was it a hard foul? No, but it was a foul. If you're going to take the time to really go back and get the right call,
yeah,
he got fouled.
Right. No, obviously you can't review a foul,
right?
But yeah,
you know what I mean.
I see what you're saying.
Like, you're taking the ball away from Texas Tech when it should, like, a foul should have been called.
Mm-hmm.
The refs had to have watched that in slow motion as he slapped his arm.
Yeah.
And been like, hey, there's a foul we missed. Right?
Right. But at the same time, I saw a couple of plays early in the game.
Right.
Where Virginia was driving to the basket. I think it was Guy or Jerome that was driving to the basket. I mean, arm got clobbered.
Right.
And they didn't call it.
Right.
It was a pretty physical game.
Oh, yeah. They were letting a lot of things go, which I like.
In that game, specifically, I didn't see a lot of ticky-tack fouls.
Yeah, no, I agree. So it was a relatively consistent game.
Right.
And my thing is, I'm all for that. I'd rather it be more of a tough game, don't stop the clock with all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're already stopping to review something, review everything.
Yeah.
Review everything. You know what I mean?
Are you saying that maybe, like, fouls,
if you're going to review something already,
should be reviewed?
I'm not saying like, hey, I think we missed a call. Let's stop and go back to see if there was a foul. But hey, we're reviewing this to see if this is out on, Texas Tech or Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
While we're here, specifically the same play on the same people.
Yeah.
It's obviously they missed a foul.
Yeah.
So, like, why can't they overturn that?
I just think you would kind of get into a little bit of a gray area of, okay, when do we start looking at this play?
Right.
When, it's going to be hard to, you could almost say there's a foul on almost every possession if that were the case.
Right.
Like, what if there's something in the background, like, oh, he was grabbing, he was trying to block him out, but he was pinning his arm down.
Right.
That, the ref missed that. He couldn't see it. Some things like that. I just don't know that you can really go back and review fouls because there's missed calls throughout the game that.
And I'm not necessarily saying go back and review fouls.
Yeah.
They were reviewing who it was out on.
That specific play.
Right. Yeah. And like I said, review the whole play.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Maybe that's a better way. Review the whole play.
Gotcha.
Don't just take the out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing if, okay, they're already down court, 5 seconds later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was literally
almost
almost simultaneously.
The process of the ball going out of bounds.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha. So you're saying maybe Texas Tech should have got some justice there by them missing the foul and then, they overturned it.
Right.
But maybe they shouldn't have and kept the ball with Texas Tech.
Right. Like I'm saying, like for
some
example,
kind of
like,
justice, even because he fouled him.
Maybe in a way, but like,
you know what I'm
like
getting
you
at?
could say like, okay, like. Now I don't think this is the case, but for example, like he got fouled, which maybe not that one, but caused him to be off balance, which caused him to get the ball poking out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, sure, you're not going to be able to go back and review everything that happens.
Yeah.
But all that was almost simultaneously happening at the same time.
Yeah. I just think that would just open up a whole can of worms.
Well, the NFL just opened it, and I think it's going to be great for the NFL. I think you're going to see, sure, like, do you see things like, just a little bit off topic, but like what happened in the championship, not the Super Bowl, but the
NFC.
Yeah, with the Saints. Like, you can't tell me they didn't. That's a robbery. There is no reason they should not be able to look at that and be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Big miss. Huge miss. There's no. I mean, like.
Trust me, I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
I was as upset as
like I could only imagine how they felt.
Yeah.
Think about the missed double dribble that Virginia got, quote unquote, lucky with. Like that's luck.
Yeah.
That is pure luck.
Yeah.
So to the original point, I do think that they got lucky.
But that's always going to be, that's
human error.
Yeah, there's human error. That's what makes, sports great. Like it's humans. We don't have all this technology like ruining our games yet.
Right.
You need some luck involved to win a championship.
Right.
I don't care what anyone says.
Right.
Like, you got to get lucky at some point. And for Virginia, okay, you can look at last year. I know this is last year, but DeAndre Hunter was hurt in that first game against UMBC when they lost.
Right.
Now, you shouldn't lose to a 16 if you're a 1.
Right.
But that's unlucky. He got hurt right before the game.
Right.
You don't think they were shocked and, like, maybe down that their leader was hurt?
Right, absolutely.
So, I mean, you definitely gotta get lucky a little bit. They were unlucky last year, and they got lucky this year. Know, but in order to be lucky, you got to be good enough to get lucky in certain situations.
Right, exactly. And like we've said, they did, when they did get those
50-50 plays,
right?
Virginia was making the plays.
Right, exactly. And like when the coin was flipping their way,
mm-hmm.
guy knocked down 3 clutch free throws.
I mean,
that's not easy, and that's not luck that he made those. You know what I mean?
That's
right.
Ice.
That's what I'm saying. Like
ice
they performed exactly, and they did it when it mattered.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm
overall glad to see that they won. The
way that the game turned out was awesome.
Yeah, it was. A lot of people were predicting a super low score, like in the 50s, and it turned out to be a lot.
Right.
One more point to Virginia is just maybe the last point I'll make about them. They were able to make everyone else play their game.
Right.
Throughout the entire tournament.
Right.
Like, they didn't get sped up.
Exactly.
By any team. They were able to play their defense the way they wanted to. They didn't let Texas Tech slow them down too much.
Yeah.
They shot over 50% from the field.
Right.
In the second half.
They kept their composure
against an elite Texas
the whole
Tech
game. Yeah, no.
defensive team.
Yeah.
So
I agree. They kept their they were straight faced the whole game, no matter what was thrown their way. I mean, Texas Tech was hitting ridiculously.
Slowed down Auburn quite a bit.
Absolutely. And like I said, Texas Tech was hitting some crazy shots.
Yeah, to stay in that game.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were.
But, I agree. It was a good game, and I'm glad. Congratulations to Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a fun tournament to watch.
It was super. Yeah, it was. The tournament, it never disappoints really.
No. Every year it's so fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's over, and now we got to wait a whole another year for it.
Yeah, we do. But lucky us, we got the dysfunctional Los Angeles Lakers to keep us occupied.
Who better than the Los Angeles Lakers with some drama?
Come on, man.
I know. I wonder
Hollywood.
if people are tired of hearing us talk about the Lakers. I mean, we haven't talked about them in a couple episodes because of March Madness.
It's been a few episodes. Yeah, too bad. Too bad, so sad.
Yeah. But, I mean, this is insane.
Magic Johnson just stepped down from president of basketball operations.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
I mean, It was pretty late last night when the news came in, I think.
Yeah, I was asleep.
Yeah, and I'm watching like ESPN. I think I was on my phone at the same time too, and I'm like, I look up, I'm like, I see this scrolling at the bottom. I'm like, no, what? You've got to be kidding me.
No, yeah, no. I think I woke up in the middle of the night, looked at my phone, and my eyes were like, super dry, and I read it. I was like, oh, what is he like? Just stepping down to a different position? Like, just doesn't want that position. And then I wake up in the morning, I'm like he's completely out of the organization.
Done.
Yeah, he's had enough.
I mean,
what was your, like I said, what was your first initial thought?
Initially, I was like, okay, what did LeBron do? No, I'm just kidding. What did LeBron do to upset Magic?
Exactly.
No,
what
I'm totally
could he
kidding,
have
guys.
done now?
Right, but I just think that Magic. My initial thought was somebody upset Magic and he had enough of it. Magic is a fun-loving guy. For him to do something this, I guess abrupt, is shocking.
Right. Yeah, do you think it was like it was something over the course of the season, or do you think it was coming down to something relatively recent that was going on that it kind of pushed him over the edge?
I just think it was a buildup of pretty much since he's been there, since February of I think 2017. He just kind of had enough of it. He Jeannie Buss said that he had full control of basketball operations, but it started to seem like he really didn't.
Right. Did he really have full command?
Reports were, he wanted Luke Walton out as head coach. He wanted him gone.
The Lakers are so confusing.
Man, I know. Well, the problem is,
LeBron's the problem, right?
We'll save that for another day. No, he's not the problem in this situation. In fact, I feel bad for him because he didn't sign up for this. But we'll touch on that. He
sure did.
Well,
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. It's kind of crazy to think about really what is going on. For Magic Johnson to not enjoy, to really want to step down that bad.
Yeah. Before the season ended.
Right. Exactly.
You got D-Wade's retirement, Dirk's retirement, last home games, whatever going on. And now then Magic Johnson announces this, holy cow.
It really makes me wonder. I feel like there has to be something else. From what he said, he was just he wants to be himself. He can't tweet at other players for congratulating them on something. Send him a private text message. Who cares about tweeting at somebody?
But the league. If that ever gets out,
send him a freaking card in the mail. I don't want to hear about how you can't tweet at another player.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, that's a bunch of BS. There's something else here.
Same thing with what he said about Luke. Well, I'm guessing it was about Luke Walton, where he said something like, we were gonna have to make a decision to, essentially change somebody's career and their life with their family. I'm guessing he's talking about Luke Walton, who I will be surprised has a job with them in the next 2 days.
I'll say this: if he still has a job, what the problem that was then.
Magic?
Yeah, no. The problem was Jeannie Buss.
Oh, for sure.
And Rob Pelinka.
Well, that's what
probably.
That's what I've read a lot. Jeannie Buss needs to start making basketball decisions.
Or let the people that she appoints to make those decisions do their job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe Magic was look, my life was great before I came in here, and it's not been great the past 2 years.
Cause
I don't need this.
Yeah.
I thought it would be something fun. I thought it would be something enjoyable at the same time, kind of test my knowledge and, you know what I mean?
Oh, and Magic, I think Magic will be, if he's still going to be around the organization, a great consultant.
Right, exactly.
Which that's really kind of what, at this stage in his career, in his life,
right,
that's really what he should be doing. He don't need to be in the office every day.
Well, and that's what they were saying. Like, he wasn't in the office.
Right.
He wasn't out scouting. He wasn't out, doing those things that he needed to be doing, which didn't sound like he ever wanted to.
No.
And maybe that was a miscommunication that they had. Like,
right.
Look, like, I'm not going to be that guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I feel like it was a kind of a, oh, he's a Laker. He's, he's part of our family. Because, from what's been reported, obviously the Lakers are run as a family organization.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to do when you're running a probably a $multi-billion.
Oh yeah, they're definitely worth over $2 billion.
Worth over billions. This team's worth billions of dollars. So it's kind of hard to do, running like a family business.
Well, that's probably why they've missed the playoffs in 6 straight years.
Yeah. Since Jeannie Buss took over. Yeah.
And, I mean, it is upsetting, and I don't feel bad for LeBron. Like you said earlier, like, I don't know. I feel like I guess this is a question. Do you think this hurts? 2 questions. Does this hurt Magic Johnson's reputation as a Laker at all? I say no. I don't think it does.
I don't think so either.
You know what I mean?
He brought them 5 championships.
Right. He's
a Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
He's arguably the best Laker ever.
Right. And he's like, he's behind the scenes, It's not like he was on the court playing.
Right.
Where like everybody's seeing his face every single day.
And he brought them LeBron James. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, he's probably 50% of the reason LeBron came to the Lakers.
Yeah.
The other 50 because of LeBron's future. Well,
yeah.
That's yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think LeBron's decision to come to the Lakers was definitely, I don't want to say more of a business decision as far as his business career and family after basketball.
Man, this was not a basketball decision.
Thank you. I didn't think so
because
either.
Why is LeBron James at 34 years old, going to be 35 now, next season? Why is he going to go to a team full of young bucks like the Lakers? I get they have cap space, coming up.
Nobody wants to come play for the Lakers, man.
Come on,
Nobody wants to come play for the Lakers.
He was in it for the long term, I think, but he didn't expect his first year to go this bad.
Right.
But
did it backfire? Did it backfire? Sorry, go ahead.
But look at the roster. You can't tell, going into this, LeBron, you can't tell me that you thought you were going to compete with this.
Right. And he came into the front office with his meeting with Magic, and Kuzma likes the ball here. Ball likes this, like this. Kuzma wants to shoot it from here, but and he's
acting like he knows everything
exactly.
about
but then now at the end of the, before when they were, really in a drought and everybody was pointing fingers, he never pointed a finger at himself. He always pointed at somebody else. You know what I mean?
Man. Yeah. How has it been his whole entire career?
I guess, yeah, right.
That's what he does.
Right. How do you think LeBron feels now, with Magic saying peace?
I mean, he's come out and said he's blind. He's basically been blindsided by this.
Yeah, I didn't.
He came out. He's shocked.
Okay. I didn't see what he said.
LeBron knew nothing about this because they just had a meeting.
That's what. Yeah, we were talking
him,
about that.
Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, and Magic,
and I think Rich Paul was there
and
too.
his agent Rich Paul. They just had a meeting on Saturday, and nothing of this came about in that meeting. We don't know what was discussed.
Right.
Whether it was, who knows if it was the coach, whatever. Just kind of all speculation now. But there was no signs of that.
Right.
So
and I'm like,
he's shocked for sure.
And I look at it like LeBron's never been in a situation where there's somebody else in the organization whose name is as big.
Right.
Or bigger than his.
Bigger in Lakerland, yeah.
You know what I mean? Magic Johnson's a bigger name than LeBron James in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And he's not used to that.
Right.
You know what I mean? If somebody, somebody else in Cleveland, say Ty Lue, who is the coach, or the general manager is like, you know what, I'm done, out of nowhere. Do you think LeBron would be that shocked or that upset?
Well, first of all, he would know.
Right.
Someone would tell him.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like
Magic doesn't have to go to anybody and tell him
exactly.
anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nobody's got a bigger name. No, LeBron's never been in a position where there's a bigger name than him in the organization.
Right.
Where he was probably caught off guard. Like, hey, why didn't I know about this?
Right.
Well,
yeah.
Because you don't have to know about it. Magic can do whatever he wants to do. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't one of your old teams where you can just everything that's going on. You run the team. It's not like that. Or it wasn't like that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
He wanted it that way.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it before. He was helping make decisions.
Yeah.
He was in on probably the trade talks and the free agent signings with Rondo and McGee. He's in on that stuff, but Magic's going to do whatever the hell he wants to do. He doesn't need LeBron's permission like, hey, LeBron, is it okay? I'm going to step down. He doesn't need that. He's too big for that.
Yeah.
And he knows it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why LeBron's probably more shocked than he would have been if he was somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. LeBron, he has no real, like, I know you don't feel bad for him. I do, and, here's why. Like, he obviously thought Magic was going to be there at least one more season, right? Help maybe bring in another free agent, help, recruit.
I mean, that's what Magic specifically said. If I don't bring somebody here, I'll step down myself.
Yeah, but
talking about next year.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he was, at least one more year. Sorry, just saying, going off what you said.
So, yeah, I feel bad for LeBron in that way, that regard. It's like, man, like, is this just as dysfunctional as Cleveland? And it sure is working out to be that way.
Right.
Even more so, I think. And you're in a much tougher conference, buddy. So,
yeah.
Good luck going into the offseason. I feel bad for LeBron in this specific situation.
Right.
Nothing else, of course.
Right.
He chose to go to LA. And
absolutely.
The roster was
ran by him. And he's
going to
take all the backlash he's going to get when they don't make the playoffs next year. Calling it right now. You can book it, stamp it, bet on it. Lakers are not landing a major top-tier free agent unless it's through trade, and they're not making the playoffs next year. I do not feel bad for LeBron, and I'm going to tell you why. Oh, my God, I'm already fired up about this. How often do we hear, specifically to what you just said, LeBron came to Lakerland because of Magic. Magic was there, right?
Yeah.
Now he's gone. How often do we hear during the season, the offseason, oh, everybody wants to go play with LeBron. It's LeBron. Everybody wants to go team up with him. Like, why wouldn't they want to team up with him?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to go team up with LeBron.
Not anymore.
No. He's not going to get a Kyrie. He's not getting Kyrie back. Kevin Durant's not going there. Kawhi's not going there. If anybody goes there, and they just took a poll, this person that I'm going to say is tied for third for most overrated in the NBA. Former Bull is Jimmy Butler. Tied for third most overrated player in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Might go to the Lakers.
Yeah.
But he's not going to elevate them to contend in the West.
They'll make the playoffs if he goes.
We'll see.
I mean.
Okay, and if they don't land somebody and it's the same roster?
Good luck.
Yeah, right.
But you gotta remember they were 20-14 in the West before LeBron's injury. While they were only a game and a half out from the 9 spot at that point.
Right.
I will, we gotta remind everybody of that.
Yeah, exactly.
They still were, the 4 seed, whatever. They were 20-14. Then the injury happens, and then their season kind of goes downhill. I'll say they might sneak in at a 7 or 8 seed, but it's going to depend on
with a free agent signing.
Without. If everyone stays healthy next year, I could see them sneaking in, but that's going to be a dogfight. Like, it's not going to be easy at all. They're not going to be, sitting where they are right now because, let's face it, injuries happened.
Right.
But it is going to be a dogfight to get that 7 or 8 spot, I think, for them.
LeBron won't see the finals again in his career.
Oh, that's no question.
He won't.
He won't because I don't think he's going to.
The West is always going to be hard.
He's not going to get a big-time free agent.
I'm telling you, he's not.
And if maybe Anthony Davis
through trade,
but I don't even see that happening right now.
No.
But what about in two more years
when he's a free agent?
Yeah,
he'll consider it, but he still has to think. All right, LeBron's only got another year on his contract.
He could leave. He could leave after that year. Say Davis goes there in LeBron's third year.
Right.
LeBron can leave.
He has that's what I'm saying. Like
after that,
and Anthony Davis, probably has enough power to be like, hey, I'll sign one of those 1-year deals with a player option for the second.
Yeah.
I could see something like that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think Anthony Davis is like chomping at the bit to be the face of the Lakers for the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's a dysfunctional franchise.
It's terrible.
They're gonna run themselves into looking like the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
If they're not careful.
Yeah. They're not far from it.
Yeah.
I mean, this season was a complete letdown.
It was.
Which is part of the reason why I think Magic left. Like,
yeah, whether
this season didn't bring anything but more views and more problems with LeBron there.
Yeah.
Sure, they were a freaking hype show all season long because of LeBron.
Yeah.
But they also were a laughing stock.
Right.
Overhyped, overrated.
A lot of people thought they were going to the Western Conference Finals.
Oh God, there were people
was asinine.
There were people thinking they were going to win it.
Thinking they were, yeah. I saw a bunch of LeBron fans on Facebook and whatnot. I'm like, oh, Lakers are going to win it next year with my boy Brown. I'm like, pump the brakes, dude.
Yeah, like, stop.
Chill out. Like, okay,
Stop it.
And just everything that's coming out now, like with all these projects that he's got going on. I'm sorry, but like,
it's almost like he's more focused.
He's earned the right to do these things with his career. He's earned the right to do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah,
with his career. But when we're talking basketball, this man is not 100% focused on basketball right now.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
And it's clear.
And maybe that was because of the way the course of the season was going. He was like, hey, maybe we suck. I should take this time and focus on other things. You know what I'm saying?
But, dude, as a competitor, don't you want to figure out how the hell you're going to get better?
Bro, I saw this video, and I cannot remember who was in it. It was on ESPN. Ryan Collins?
Yeah.
He was the one defending LeBron. And who was the other guy? I don't remember. But he was talking about LeBron versus Kobe and Michael. Kobe and Michael have one mode, and that's kill everybody. Doesn't matter the time of day.
I saw this.
The day. It doesn't matter. It's kill everybody. LeBron doesn't have that. He's got a couple different modes. You know what I mean? Like, he could be like that sometimes, but also he can be in his other mood. Like, that's basically what you're saying. Like, LeBron's not really feeling it right now. He's going to focus on these other things, which is totally fine. I get it. But, like,
we're talking basketball here?
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you...
Dude, like...
If you really feel like you don't have anything else to prove to anybody in the basketball world, then by all means, you're good, man. Do what you need to do. Focus on your, second part of your life with your career after basketball as well. Like, go for it. But, like, don't sit up here and say you're the best to ever play because...
Dude, oh, my God. When he came out on his... I don't remember what the name of his show is.
Oh, the barbershop talk. That one is that what you're talking about?
I'm not
that lame ass show. I've never.
I just know the video where he was talking about 2016 finals when he came back and beat the Warriors. He's like, at that point, I thought I was the best ever or something like that. That's what made me the greatest player ever. It's like you do not anoint yourself. He already anointed himself King James before he came into the league, but then you do that. I'm sorry, dude. The players already voted 73% in favor of MJ for greatest ever. Right. I'm sorry, dude, you're not.
Right.
Second, I'll give you that.
Right.
But, dude,
no, I mean
he was part of the problem in LA. I feel bad for what happened with Magic for him. I feel bad for LeBron in that situation. But you don't at all, I know. But nothing else for me. Like. That's
think about it this way.
Kind of brought it upon himself.
Say, for example, LeBron signed one of those 1 year in, second year player option. Say he's like, screw this. This is a shit show. I'm getting out. He leaves. How many people would be like, and the Lakers next year have a worse record than they did this year? Everybody would blame the Lakers. LeBron left. Look at the Lakers. They suck. They got a top 5 pick.
Right.
Like, I can't put my head around the fact that every time LeBron leaves an organization in dysfunction, it's never has to do anything with him. He never gets anything, no blame. It's when LeBron leaves, look at the Cavs. They're trash. They got a top 5 pick.
Of course, he depletes their assets.
Right. What did you expect?
Like,
and
with the Cavs, they got rid of some young players, and obviously there's Kyrie.
Right.
With Andrew Wiggins, they gave away that pick.
They fill up their money, in these top, 2 guys, and then they have to go and sign a bunch of veteran deal players.
Yeah.
And then they're wondering why they're left with nothing after LeBron leaves.
Yeah.
But some money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
now you got some lottery picks, and hopefully you can rebuild.
And they will.
Yeah.
And that kind of brings me to my next point. If you're the Lakers, are you considering at least listening to potentially trading LeBron James? You know who's been talking about this a lot is Colin Cowherd.
Really?
Who we don't. I mean, like I said, I love his content. I think the things he talks about are great. I just don't always agree with how.
Yeah, he's got some good points.
No,
I do. I like listening to him.
I love the topics.
The way he structures his arguments and everything. I like it.
But I literally disagree with 90% of what he says.
Right, you're on the other side of the,
which is fine.
Yeah,
but honestly though, LeBron does not have a no trade clause. If you're the Lakers, what are you thinking?
I think you at least got to listen.
You have to.
At least,
you have to.
Look, he's arguably the best player in the game right now. I said arguably. I don't think he is, but a lot of other people do.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, but still, you got to see what you can get for him, and if it's something that's going to set you up for the future, if you're the Lakers, you don't want to end up like the other teams that LeBron has left.
Exactly, which they will,
because it's been way too. You've already been that.
They will.
And right now, it's looking like you're not going to win a championship in LeBron's tenure. So you might want to start thinking at least about some other options, like, hey, what kind of good talent can we get? Good young players can we get? You got to at least open the door for conversation. You
have to listen. You have to pick up the phone and just put it on speaker and just listen. You don't have to say a word.
Yeah.
I think
everybody's on the table.
Right. Exactly.
Give me your offers.
Nobody's off limits. But, I think if they were really going to consider this, they should wait one more year, really see, okay, can we get anybody this summer? What can we do to, try? Obviously year one failed with LeBron. Doesn't mean it can't work next year.
Right.
But if it doesn't work next year and you're going into his third year, you have to consider
because you're going to be because LeBron's probably not going to want to if it's still dysfunctional. You think he's going to want to play his 4th year in LA?
Right. Or like I said, or if you're going into the end of the summer and you're getting ready to go into camp and we didn't land who we wanted to, we really don't have the pieces. You have to consider it because that way at least the team you're trading him to is getting 2 more seasons for sure. Because he'd signed a 3-year deal, 4th year's player option. So the team that he's going to is getting 2 years worth of LeBron.
Yeah.
But I could see, like I said, if I'm the Lakers, I am listening to any person that calls.
Yeah.
And we'll give a scenario in a minute, but I could see if LeBron got traded, pulling some bullshit, retiring or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe. He's got what does he need to keep playing for?
According to him,
he's already said that he has nothing else to prove, which he doesn't. At this stage in his career, he doesn't. He's proved that he is he's on the Mount Rushmore of basketball.
Agreed.
He has nothing else.
Well, it's one of those things where
career
where it's divided for LeBron fans and MJ fans. It's there's nothing at this point that LeBron can do to change MJ fans' opinion, and there's nothing that's going to change what he does for LeBron. Like, LeBron fans are always going to be like, from here on out, for the rest of his career, you know, LeBron's the best. And for the MJ side, MJ's the best. Like, there's nothing more towards it that could change.
Not at this point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even if he did win another championship, like, which I 100%
that is not going to happen.
Not a chance.
Not with the Lakers.
God.
Well, so if you're LeBron, then do you see this whole situation? Do you think that he's regretting? Is he regretting it, or should he start?
Fuck yes, he is. He 100% is regretting this, and I'm gonna tell you why. I just said that like 5 seconds ago, but I'm gonna tell you why again. He's regretting this because multiple reasons. I completely get the family decision, the business decision to go out to LA. But he could have made the same decision in 2 years. He could have stayed in Cleveland, worked on getting somebody who they're working on getting right now, stayed in the East. He could have signed another 1-year deal with a second-year player option, like he's been doing for the last 6 years.
Yep.
In Cleveland, in the East, not only did he have a better chance of getting to the, finals.
To the finals, yeah.
But he probably had a better roster then. You know what I mean? And an easier way of getting to the finals.
Yeah.
But he could have made this. He could have made this move to LA anytime in his career. Anytime. The Lakers would openly welcome him with open arms. Whether he's like, hey, look, I got 2 more years and I'm done. They'd be like, no problem. 2 years, you're good. They would take him anytime. He could have stayed in Cleveland, had an actual shot at getting to the finals again, and who knows, maybe winning another one.
Yeah.
Probably not, but maybe. And then being like, hey, like, in his head, talking with his family, like, look, I know, we want to go out there, but 2 more years, like, then, I'll sit down, I'll plan out, I got 2-3 more years left of basketball, then I'll finish it there.
And, to your point, like, a lot of players already have homes out there anyways. They live there in the off-season. Yeah, he lives there in the off-season.
Right.
I mean, when you're a multi-millionaire like a lot of these guys, like, it really almost doesn't matter where you play.
Right. You think he doesn't have a jet he could just hop on? Like, sure, is it convenient to be in LA and, have, somebody drive him 30 minutes to his, business meeting? Sure, that's very convenient. But when he has 4 days off, what's a, 5-hour flight to go do that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And maybe that was a priority to him. Maybe he's thinking, look, I'm more worried about my family and my life after basketball,
which is totally fine.
Right.
That's the reason he went out there.
I'm not against that at all. Maybe that's what he was more worried about, and like he said, he wanted his kids to go to school there, which is totally fine. And if that's how he thinks, then great. But from a basketball perspective, he definitely would rather be in Cleveland right now and be in the playoffs, probably as a 4 seed. Probably make a run at least to the conference finals. And it's kind of like when you get to that point, it's like, hey, like, let's just put a couple good, games together, fight it out, get to the finals, and who knows what can happen.
Right.
Sure, we won't be expected to win. We'll be the underdogs, but you never know. Like, they have a better, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he had a better route through the East than he did the West.
Yeah.
When he made that move to LA, I really. I didn't think much of it at the time. I was like, wow, the Lakers? Okay,
like, we knew why, though.
Yeah. I was like, okay, well, we'll see what, this is obviously a longer term. He ain't going to win nothing this year. We'll see what happens.
Right.
And then just, as it kind of went on, the summer went on, I'm like, man, he's out there for Hollywood.
Right.
And for his family.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, but this wasn't a basketball decision.
No, not at all. Like, there's no way, like, he couldn't have came to the organization like, hey, like, I really think I'm going to bring multiple championships here.
No way. Not a shot.
Like, there's no way. It had to have been like, hey, like, I'm going to do my best to get us to the finals and then hope for the best from there. Like,
yeah.
there's like, I think they also talked about it on ESPN on Get Up this morning. It was like, I think there was Jalen Rose said that like the Lakers organization needs a reality check. Like,
yes,
they have these goals that obviously every team has. Like, hey, we want to get to the championship, but they don't have real, actual reality goals. Like, look, we need to really look at what we have going on and realize like we could only really get this far with this roster.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have that at all.
They you know, and it came through in Magic's little press conference last night. You know, he's like, this team is only 1 or 2 players away from a championship. And I'm like, but you're not going to get those players.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly.
Nobody wants to come here.
Right. No, absolutely.
Good luck.
Right.
Like, I just, they're kind of delusional at this point.
Yeah. And I honestly, like you said, what you just said about Magic, like, he was probably the only one that was like, hey, we're not going to make it this year. We need to focus on getting free agent tier. Where Bus, Pelinka were like, no, we could do it. Like, let's do it this way. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it backfired.
Yeah. And Magic's
it's going to continue to backfire.
And now Magic Johnson is gone.
Now they're the laughing stock.
Yep. More of a laughing stock than they were.
Which was, yeah, it's just
so.
Nothing shocks me with them anymore. Like, I can't even say that I'm shocked about what happened.
Initially, I definitely was, but now that this is just kind of the cherry on top of their season.
I kind of love it, honestly. I love it. I do.
Why? Because LeBron is there?
Yeah, that is definitely part of it. I'm not going to sit here and lie. It's not because they lost, they had a losing season, but it's like, as much praise as LeBron gets, like, he never gets any backlash. And, like, maybe this is just a little karma. Just like, hey, here's a little more dysfunction for the rest of the season. Have a good off season. You know, do your best.
Yeah.
But peace out. I don't need your freaking, you know, apologies or anything like that. Like, Magic was like, I'm doing this, man. I don't need to tell you about it.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously didn't tell anybody.
He didn't have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Said, fuck it, I'm out. Literally. That's what he said.
Yeah. Basically.
Without the F word. He literally said, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, drop the mic.
Yeah.
So, I guess, what is, you know, not talking about the trading, but, you know, before we go, what do you think the Lakers do from here on out? Are they cleaning house? Even though they just said Pelinka's job is safe. But, you know, what are they doing going forward?
To make the best basketball decisions, I think it would be best for them to clean house. Luke Walton's got to go, and the entire coaching staff they got to go.
Right.
Pelinka's got to go.
Yeah.
But the problem is Pelinka is connected to the Lakers through Kobe Bryant. Jeannie Buss does not want to do that.
Right.
And she doesn't want to do that to Luke Walton, who's basically her son.
Yep.
So I just don't see that happening, but that's what needs to happen.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They need to clean house, and, you know, maybe that'll be more attractive to some free agents in this offseason. Like, hey, they're looking to put all this dysfunction behind them and move forward, and that's like I said, that's what needs to happen. I just don't think that it will.
Right. Yeah, they have to really start making basketball decisions.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to keep Pelinka there, sure. But if you know, whoever you bring in to take Magic's spot, you need to make sure, one, that it's the right person.
That they have experience.
Fit. Right.
Because Pelinka or Magic did not have experience. And that was another reason why this didn't work.
Yeah. It was kind of a mess from the start. But they need to bring in the right people and let the people make the right decisions and let them do it on their own. They don't need somebody looking over their shoulder with every decision that they're thinking about making. Mm-hmm. But you also have to get a guy that's going to be, you know, okay with LeBron. Someone who's going to be able to handle LeBron.
Yeah.
You know? So I won't be shocked if a guy like Ty Lue comes in. And, you know, they seem to work together, obviously. And the Lakers are going to make the changes necessary to help help the Lakers be the best that they can with LeBron.
Hopefully.
Just like every team does. They're going to put aside any future plans. They're going to, unless they traded LeBron, which I don't think they will.
No, they won't.
But they're going to do just like any organization has and, get the best team possible for LeBron while he's here.
Yeah.
Which I get. It's probably the best thing right now, but long term, it's just going to set the team up for failure when he's gone.
And it's going to depend too on if they're able to get a free agent or two.
Right.
If Anthony Davis comes or someone else.
Right.
We'll see. This is going to be an entertaining summer, most definitely, in the NBA. I think I read somewhere like a third of the players in the NBA are free agents this year.
Really?
So it's going to be a huge class.
That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah. So
that would be very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens in the next. I mean, like I said, I'd imagine Luke Walton's gone soon. They got a couple one and done players, Rondo, McGee. Those guys will be gone. Mm-hmm. So I'll be anxious to see what they do going forward in the next few months. The playoffs. Tonight's the last regular season day, I believe, and then we'll go into. I don't think we'll see anything drastic in the next month, but towards the end of the playoffs, we might start seeing some, stuff happen.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll kind of see what goes from there. But before we go, I want to get your hot take on the Masters. We're not going to talk too much about it, but me and Cam, big golf fans. We love playing. We try and get out, play once every 2 weeks. Easily my favorite sport to play now.
Yeah.
Even though I'm very bad at it. That's okay. But who I'll give you two picks. Who do you think's really gonna have a chance at winning? I obviously want to see Tiger win.
Obviously,
I want to see Tiger win.
My
so
heart,
bad.
dude,
I know
wants Tiger to win so bad. But
it all depends on his first day. Tomorrow.
Well, yeah, I think as long as he doesn't bury himself,
exactly.
If he doesn't have a bad round, even if he shoots like 70, 71.
If he shoots even. -1, he'll be all right.
He'll be fine. I think, Rory hasn't been putting well.
Right.
So I really don't want to go with him.
He's got the best odds at 8-1.
Dustin Johnson, man, that dude is a freak.
I swear he is.
He kind of is playing like the way, like his game, I want to say, just is more like his distance, I should say.
Yeah.
Is kind of like Tiger's was back in the day.
Right.
Just overpowering the course.
Yep.
So I think he's got a chance. I think if I had to pick one, that would be
Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
No, I agree. A guy that I like a lot that's playing relatively well right now is Tommy Fleetwood.
Yeah, you've been real high on him.
I like him a lot. I also would love to see Ricky Fowler play good.
Man, I just want to see him get a major.
I know, exactly. But yeah, no, I'm definitely rooting for Tiger. I hope Tiger wins.
Tiger, dude, he's the reason why I started playing golf, honestly.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. But I don't think the reigning champ, Patrick Reed, has any shot.
I hope not, dude. He's kind of a jerk.
I'm
not a huge fan of him.
And I get it. He's a big underdog, but not a big fan of him.
No.
So we'll see. But yeah, definitely rooting for Tiger this week.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
Yep.
All right, and that's a wrap for episode 7 of CC TitleTown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We did get our Instagram and Twitter handles up. Go give them a follow. Be some fun stuff up there. I'm going to send it to Cam and send you guys off.
All right, like Chris said, our Instagram and Twitter are at CC TitleTown. Be sure to give those pages a follow. And you can also subscribe to our podcast on Google Play, Apple Podcasts, and our YouTube channel. All 3 places are CC TitleTown. Check you guys next week.